If an architect of the universe decided to intervene in human history, we assume they would arrive with overwhelming force. We imagine a descent into a fortified palace surrounded by a royal guard, commanding the immediate attention of every world leader. Instead, the historical record places his arrival in a damp, animal-filled cave in Bethlehem. Bethlehem was a politically insignificant farming community in ancient Judea, far removed from any centers of wealth or influence. The local kings and wealthy merchants were bypassed entirely. The first people to receive word of his arrival were lower-class shepherds working the night shift, people who lived on the very margins of society. By taking his first breath in poverty, he set a clear precedent. He bypassed the markers of status to reach the people those structures had ignored. First-century society operated on a rigid, unforgiving hierarchy. The religious establishment taught that divine favor was a reward reserved for those who were morally flawless, physically healthy, and financially prosperous. Jesus systematically dismantled those rules. He walked directly into the mess of human life, touching those suffering from leprosy, securing food for the starving, and eating with outcasts. While the establishment offered condemnation for those who failed their standards, he introduced unconditional acceptance. He embodied a model of servant leadership, where the highest authority is expressed through the humble service of others. He proved that true, lasting influence is not built through dominance, but through a commitment to the needs of the lowest members of society. Teaching unconditional love is a threat to any system built on control. When a society is organized around rigid class structures and the fear of punishment, a message of radical grace destabilizes the entire order. The political and religious elite recognized that his model of leadership undermined the foundations of their social control. They mobilized the full weight of their institutions to silence him. They found their opening through a close friend, reducing his life to a cold, calculated economic transaction. The price for his betrayal was set at 30 pieces of silver. In a tragic turn, the very people he came to serve weaponized their institutions to eliminate him. During his final hours of freedom, he carried an immense psychological weight while praying in the Garden of Gethsemane. This olive grove at the base of the Mount of Olives was the site of his deepest anguish before his arrest. The execution was designed for total degradation. By forcing him to wear a crown of thorns, the empire attempted to mock the idea that a servant could ever be a king. Although he had the power to summon an army with a word and escape his captors, he remained. He chose to endure the torture. Facing absolute injustice, he used his dying breath to ask for the forgiveness of the men executing him. He remained on the cross because of a commitment to humanity that outweighed the strength of the iron nails holding him there. In the immediate aftermath, his enemies believed they had secured a total victory. They relied on the unyielding finality of a sealed grave. On the third day, that finality was reversed. The earth shook, and the physical barrier sealing the tomb was forced aside. The stone moved so that witnesses could examine the interior and find the evidence for themselves. The tomb was empty. By overcoming the grave, he provided the ultimate proof of his authority and offered a future where death no longer has the final word. This history connects directly to the present. The same values he established, favor for the broken and grace for the overlooked, are what bridge the gap between ancient Judea and your own life. His sacrifice was a targeted operation. He reached through history to address the specific anxieties, the hidden pain, and the struggles you face today. Because he overcame the grave, the radical grace he offered 2,000 years ago is an active reality right now. He is offering you that same acceptance today. He is alive and inviting you to step into a life where power is found in service and peace is found in him. The invitation is open. The choice to let him into your heart is yours.